How do you listen to what your body wants when you spend so much time cooking for other people and you've touched all this other food? How do you recognize what you actually need to take in?
The reality is, for me, my reaction to being around food is that I don't get hungry. So I actually have to be really conscious about eating. So, for instance, right now, my client, I get up at 5, I leave at 6, and I come back around 3. And I don't eat a meal in that time because I like the other thing that I feel with food is I like it to be very conscious. Like, I like to be very conscious about it. So I don't like the feeling of eating on the go. To me, that becomes mindless. And then my body isn't processing whether or not I've eaten. So that becomes a huge problem. I'm not saying I have no food. Like sometimes I'll like nibble on a banana or, I'll taste whatever I'm eating. So it's not like I'm like getting nothing, but that means that during that time, I have an actual plan for myself that it's not like I'm like super rigid, but I know, I've done this for 12 years. So I know that those mornings I'll get up or I'll have like an overnight oats prepared. And even though it's early, which I hate eating that early, I force myself to eat. And so that I know I'm getting really good nutrition before I go into work.
Mhm.
And then I drink water and tea and all that stuff. And when I get home during those days, I know the exact lunch I'm going to have. I know exactly what I'm going to eat when I get home. It's not a mystery. And I think that's it. No matter what you're doing, that's such a hiccup for a lot of people is like getting to the point where you're starving and then being like, I have no idea what to do, looking around and eating like the crappiest thing because it's easiest, right? But I know my routine when I'm in the work environment. So I always get home, have a huge, massive salad filled with like maybe some roasted veggies that I had in the fridge or like a lot of fresh ones. And I do like a scrambled egg or like a little like almond wrap thing, chicken, whatever it is, but heavy protein. And then I eat a dinner that's like a little bit more kind of filling. But it's more for me like in that it's such a smart connection to have made because I don't think I really fully consciously made that connection before you asked that question, but it is something that like I think is I have over the years just planned for myself to know exactly what to do because otherwise you're right. I think a lot of times too people like if you lose your appetite, you end up going for foods that are less healthy. So it's important to kind of like have a plan for yourself and just get in a routine so it's not something that you're consciously having to always decide and, question.
I've noticed through the years that now I have to sit down and consciously eat a meal. I have to make sure I also set out like a window of time, even if it's just 20 minutes, and it
Yeah.
has to be peaceful when I eat, or else I don't digest the food and I can feel it afterwards and I'll have a stomach ache or I'll overeat or I just will feel off the rest of the day. That I have to make sure that I take that time to eat a meal and I eat it in a place where it's calm and peaceful and I'm not in a rush.
Yes, but me too. That's exactly how I feel. And I think like in those circumstances your body digests much better. And so all around it's just a better experience for you and your body, mental health, all of it.